Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Do you feel like the Blitz community is a little bit too divided? I kind of feel that way a little bit. So I decided to partner with iGPU during one of his streams. We decided that it would be best to try to bring together all these different communities within Blitz into one place. And so we made the Blitz Hub. So we invited a couple other YouTubers, and I got Tom, also known as Hard Styles, to run the whole thing. So yeah, we decided to try to bring the community together in that way. If you want to join the Blitz Hub, make sure to click in the description. But I think the Blitz Hub doesn't really go far enough. So I'm going to try to explain to you sort of a 6-step cycle that this game sort of falls into. And if you want to follow along, you have to agree to a premise first, which is that this game is a little bit out of date. Okay? It needs an update. And it's had an update waiting a long time. It's just been ignored. So let me try to explain to you why Blitz is the way that it is. So like I said previously, we got to agree that the game suffers from a little bit of bad game design. I mean, there's things like Ranger is still in the game, Reaper or wherever that is. Oh yeah, this one. You can like kill a person with 2 potions. Snowman still gives a stack of snowballs. I mean, the list goes on. I mean, there's just a lot of weird, broken stuff in this game, you know? And it also hasn't had any new content updates, like no new maps. They don't even like, I've heard Gulch was a thing. Like me as a Blitz player, if you guys believe it or not, you guys have probably played on Gulch before, but I've literally never seen that map because it was in and out before I could even, during like one of my hiatuses from this game. Because obviously, like with anybody that has ever played Blitz for an extended period of time, like you just can't handle it. So, but that's not really a part of my argument here. Essentially, what I'm trying to say is that bad game design causes the community to be unsatisfied with the state of the game. And I think we need to agree on that. People are generally unsatisfied. They feel like they're not being listened to. And so that results in, us calling for change in some way. And, those calls for change are unanswered. And you can blame that on any number of things, right? You can say, like, the staff don't want to fuck with us at all, or they're incompetent, or name any reasons. But that's just the reality of the situation. Like we want certain updates to happen, and they just get ignored. So what does that mean? If the game is out of date, the players are unsatisfied, and any calls for change are unanswered, there's no staff around, so what's going to happen? There's going to be a lot of people cheating in the game and getting away with it, just because this game has a relatively low player count, which actually is pretty high. I mean, 293. I mean, that's pretty high for any given game. If you had 300 people still playing a game, in the middle of the day, then you'd still want to keep it up to date. But apparently at a high pixel, that number might as well be 0. That's unfortunate because staff don't pay attention to it either. And with all these cheaters roaming free, all the toxicity, all the divided factions, that's just evidence for the staff that they shouldn't support this game. They shouldn't try to monitor this game. And if the staff or the HPC don't really want to pay attention to it, then the game's not going to get updated. And if the game never gets updated, then it suffers from bad game design. So it circles around to my original point, which is why I would say that this cause and effect chain is a cycle. And it's doomed to repeat itself if something in the cycle never breaks. And I think that the community needs to revolve around a game that's actually good, that's being balanced, that's being paid attention to, then make sure that cheaters get removed. And I think you guys really know where I'm going with this. So I'm just going to, leave it to the imagination. I really wish there was a game like that. But, Blitz is fun. It's a childhood game of mine. I really enjoy it. I know how to play it to the highest level, obviously. And there's a lot of people that have picked up the game recently and are really good at it. Like, for example, I think the best example in like 2018 would be like Sean. And this year, a lot of people are talking about like this Mason Storm guy. Like I've personally only seen him once in game, but I've heard he's really, really good. And that's really, really good. If he knows how to pick up the game and, he's not cheating and, that's good. It's really good to have a game where you get elite players, and that's really awesome. And I'm happy for those guys. But I think we can all acknowledge that this game is just out of date, and if you go back to what I was saying earlier, it's just a cycle. And in order to break the cycle, you need to start somewhere. So you can't just beg the staff to come monitor the games, because the game doesn't get enough of a player count for the high pixel administrators to even bother looking at it. So you got to pick somewhere in the cycle to start. And I would argue that you need a game that actually gets paid attention to. And that's one of the biggest reasons that I made Noctas. And I really listen to people who give me feedback. And so if you want to help us, then I'm not asking you to pay me money. I'm asking you to give us ideas. If you see something in any other game that you'd want to see, at least throw it out there. The Discord's free, discord.noctas.net. Anyone can suggest anything. You don't have to, whatever. We want to hear what you think, because we want to actually listen. We want to make an example, especially out of this game, because this is where most of our player count comes from. And since Blitz was a childhood game of mine, and, I'm pretty comfortable in this community, I'm probably the least disliked that I've ever been in Blitz, honestly. I mean, there were some people that have hated me over the years, but like right now, I'm pretty cool with everybody right now, including people who didn't like me recently are pretty okay with me now. So I think that's good. But it's really not about me. It's about the game. It's about the game balance. And I think as much as this game is fun, it's not going to get updated. And I wouldn't recommend that you play it frequently until it actually gets the attention that it deserves. But if you would like to join a community around a game that actually is getting paid attention to, that's competitive, that involves some of the same mechanical skills and fast-paced action that this game requires and that I enjoy about this game, I would recommend that you at least try out Noctas. And you can join us at discord.noctas.net. Obviously, join the Blitz Hub if you're still a part of the Blitz community. I would love to have you there as well. And so as far as like my content on this channel, I'll still stream Blitz every once in a while, but I don't see myself grinding this game. I mostly see my time being spent on developing a game with good game design. And I won't stop until every part of my game is the way that satisfies a community. And unfortunately, I don't believe that Blitz can say the same. It's unfortunate and you hate to see it, but that's just the way things are. Let me know if I was off or super wrong about anything in this video. I'm not trying to say that this game is irredeemable, but I think that certain things need to be addressed, or the cycle needs to be broken by replacing a bad game
with a good game.
And that's my argument. So thanks for listening.